Alright, in today's video we are playing with the Gripen E, the king of 14.3, guys. Can never stop playing enough of the Gripens. They are some of my favorite jets in the game. And in my opinion, the Gripen E is the best 14.3 by far. So good defensively. Let me know what you guys think of this jet. I know a lot of people do say the Golden Eagle. Again, I disagree with that. I think the Gripen E is the king of 14.3. As always, if you guys do enjoy the videos, the content, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. If you do want to support me further, I have started a membership, so make sure to check that out here. But we have a lot of good games here in store, guys. We have a lot of 5-kill games that I got. We did cook with this jet. So let's cut to the stats. So we can see here, I played a total of 8 games, and surprisingly only won 5 of those games. And yeah, we went 28-4, guys. So that's a 7 KD with a 3.5 kills per spawn, which is crazy. And that's what I mean, guys. This jet is so lethal. It's crazy to get that amount of kills per spawn. But let's get into the first game here, a 5-kill game. So the first game here, again, all of these games are going to be 5-kill games. This game here is a little bit longer. Surprisingly, we actually get in 2 dogfights in this game, which is quite a rare thing to happen in higher tier jets. And yeah, again, a very, very solid game here. So we do see a couple of guys down in front of us right on our radar. This F-16 is pretty close, so we are going to fire that off. And we do have a good shot on these guys here. Right, we're going to wait a little bit here until around that 18 kilometers is when I like to fire these 120s. I do use the 120As, for anybody wondering. I do not use 120Cs on this jet. And I don't recommend that you use 120Cs on this jet. It is not the most optimum in my opinion. Right, 120As, Bs are going to be faster off rip, better close range. That fits this overall jet's playstyle. 120Cs are more for a little bit spammier, longer range. And those are really, really deadly in jets that are extremely fast, like the Eurofighter, right, where you can launch at a very good energy state, which the Gripen does not have the best top speed, right? So, yeah, I do drop down a little bit to get that 9M kill. Guys, whenever you see anybody down multipathing like that, they're not going to have a MAW unless it's a Eurofighter or Rafale, or at least most jets. And yeah, 9M top down, very hard to dodge. They're not even going to know. We're going to pick up that kill pretty easily. Picked up 2 kills here, I think, already. And yeah, we do have a lot of people in the middle, right? We are going to cut inside, see what's going on there. Now, I did, to be fair, waste a lot of my missiles here this game. I'm not going to lie. So we are going to go back to base here pretty shortly, because as you guys can see, the middle here is very congested. If I were to go in this here with only infrared missiles, I would get cooked, to put it simply. So, yeah, we are going to play a little bit defensive here. Again, I'm going to kind of go back, backtrack to my base, rearm, because you guys can see my RWR2. Everybody is firing at me. So really, at this point, I do drop altitude and multipath. It's going to be my easiest option to fly straight and back to base. Now, I did get pretty lucky here. None of these guys really truly chased me, I think, except an F-15. But I was able to get away from him, really escape. But this is more of a late game type of situation here. So my teammates, most all of them do die. We'll see that in a second here. But yeah, I think the biggest thing people struggle with in this jet, right, is, again, the missile count, the speed. A lot of players, and it is a little bit of a skill issue, if I'm going to keep it a cent, is people like jets that have more missiles, right? That's why you'll always see people say missile buses are the best jets in the game. That is because they do need those extra missiles to compensate, to get those kills, as opposed to using missiles wisely. I've said it in the past, I think that's one of the biggest things missing in players, or the average player, is understanding how to properly use your missile, how to properly get the kills with that. Now, obviously, the biggest strength in this jet is it is a defensive monster. Eurofighter, Gripens, in my opinion, are the best defensive jets in the game. Survivability, defense, in my opinion, is the most important. aspect for a jet in a 16v16 setting. So again, if you understand that, understand how to play to this jet's strengths, you will cook like this, guys. Getting 3.5 kills per game is pretty crazy. Again, with only 7 Fox 3s at 14-3. And shout out to this guy here. This guy actually had the balls to come dogfight me. He didn't have any missiles, so a huge respect to this guy, because most players are way too scared to do this. So I have to give it to this guy. This guy, shout out to this guy. But yeah, he kind of got a bad, basically turn on me here, right? I ended up right behind him, and guys, look at my shots. I brick all the shots, but I do end up getting him. But yeah, he has a bad merge. I get right on his 6. Again, pretty ballsy when I'm in a Gripen. If I was in his shoes, I probably wouldn't engage in a dogfight against a Gripen. A Gripen is a very, very good dogfighter. Also very good with Gripens in terms of dogfighting. So a little bit unlucky for that lad there. Obviously, sometimes you cannot tell. Now, I went back and rearmed. I did waste 2 Fox 3s. Again, we don't have the most missiles, so I do want to preserve, have them wisely, or have the most possible so I can use them wisely. And yeah, so we get in the first dogfight, and guys, we're about to get in the second dogfight, and this one was nice. We're going to see some nice notching, some nice defensive play, applying a little bit of pressure, and we're going to get into the dogfight. So it is an F-15, and there is an F-18 as well, a little bit behind this guy. So you'll see the play I do here. Again, we are going to definitely apply pressure to the F-18. Because the one thing that you don't want to happen in late game is to get 2v1, 3v1, and we'll see that later here. That's when it becomes very difficult for good players, right? Doing a 1v1 situation like this, I'm going to probably cook most everybody in a little bit of a joust here. But again, when it's a 2v1, when I have to worry about somebody else in the picture, that really changes the game. So if you're ever late game, again, work with your teammates. That is going to be a lot better than just trying to get a kill working solo. Guys, it makes a huge, huge difference. But we can see, again, I applied pressure to this guy. I did fire a missile at him. So he does turn, go into the notch, whatever, dodges my missile. We can see the F-18 here is now with him right there on the radar. So we're going to wait a little bit closer for this guy. We're going to fire, and look at this F-18, man. He fires 3 missiles. This guy was spamming. And the F-15 also shot 3 missiles. Guys, so many spammers as of late. Again, this is where, in this case, these people rely on missiles. That's their thing. Again, never shoot like these guys did at the same angle at the same time with all your missiles. The same angle is for me to notch, right? It's very easy to notch all 3 at once, is a good way to put it. And this guy does MCM the missile. That instantly tells me this guy is pretty bad. So it should be a pretty easy kill here, right? We do just apply a little bit of pressure with that 9M. I obviously know that's not going to connect, but it is going to make him go a little bit to the side here. Again, that's going to let me get a little bit of space between us and get my nose on him. So one thing the Gripen has that is very, very strong is very good nose authority. That is its biggest thing with AOA. You want to abuse the AOA, have that nose authority. You're going to instantly get your nose on him. Look at that. We get a nice snipe here for the 4th kill. And yeah, we do head back to base, guys, because we only have 3 missiles now. So again, this is where it can get a little bit iffy in terms of the missiles, especially in these late game situations. But again, missile count, not the biggest factor, biggest importance when you can simply fly back to base, rearm, get all 7 of your Fox 3s back. Again, which is, in my opinion, why missile count doesn't matter much. If there was no such thing as rearming, missile count would matter a lot more. But that's not a thing, right? You can rearm. So, yeah, I'm going to skip this here as well. Again, we do go back to rearm. And we are going to see here in just a second a 2v1. So, yeah, again, this is where the teamwork comes into play. So we can see the F-16. You can see on the radar there the F-18. And these guys played it right. I think this F-18 player was playing it smart the whole time. He was the F-18 from earlier who ended up playing a little bit with his teammate. So, yeah, we do get a little bit unfortunate here. So, again, we're going to fire the F-16. We're going to fire at the F-18. Both of these guys are basically multipathing, which, for me personally, is a little bit more annoying. It's just more annoying to deal with. Again, this guy's going to spam a little bit. The F-18 is going to shoot at us, too. We have no problem with dodging that. This F-16 is going to get absolutely obliterated here. Guys, you see in the channel, you know my kryptonite. That is going to be the 9Ms and the AM3. So we get the 5th kill. And, guys, we notch the missile. And then we notch this one. We fire our 120, but, guys, he shoots a 9M right now. Side aspect. Or actually, no, it was this one here. Very close range, too, guys. And we get cooked. Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate, but GG's nonetheless. 5-kill game. But moving on to the next game here. Again, we have another 5-kill game. This one was a little bit of a down tier. So I think there was 13.7s in this lobby. Again, I was getting a good amount of down tiers in this jet, which is always fun. Right? You're going to really destroy everything in the lobby. The issue when you do get an up tier to 14.7 in this jet is basically the speed of play, right? Eurofighter or Rafale, they're going to play 2 times the speed of every other jet in the lobby. And that's the main issue you have to come up against, right? Is, again, that speed of play. No other jet can really compare to those two. That's where it does struggle a little bit. But again, we're going to go higher altitude here. We're going to go to the left. We do get spammed a little bit early on here, I think. Or maybe not. And yeah, we're just going to slowly close the distance here. Again, I usually fire at around 18 kilometers with the 120A, 120Bs. That's my general rule of thumb. And yeah, not too sure if we get this first guy here. But again, we are dealing with a little bit of spam here. We have an F-16 that is also possibly shooting at us. But again, guys, this jet is so good defensively. I think one of the biggest things with this jet, too, is like if you play a Eurofighter and then you play a Gripen C or Gripen E, you'll notice how much more stable the Gripens are when you're turning at higher speeds, when you're dogfighting. The Eurofighter is going to have a lot of that wobble, or the Eurofighter wobble, as it's known as, right? So it is a little bit harder to keep control of your jet, which is why I really, really like the Gripens. Again, it is so good. So stable. Just perfect. It's a perfect jet, guys. But we do pick up a nice kill there against a premium F-16. It feels weird to say that. But yeah, again, we're going to cut inside. We have a lot of guys right in front of us. Now, really, for this point, it's us just kind of spraying and praying. Right, we are trying to take good shots, so have vector lines that are facing us or directly away from us. Now, I did get a crit hit there, which was a little bit unfortunate. I do get the other guy. And again, we're just waiting for the right opportunity to shoot. Again, we don't have too many missiles. We want to make sure we use them wisely. And yeah, we're really just picking up kills at this point. Again, a top-down 9M is going to be absolutely lethal. It's going to absolutely destroy. So we do get the 4th kill there. And again, we have another guy. A lot of people playing lower altitude this game, which was a bit weird. But we're going to, yeah, pick up another kill with the 9M. That makes it 5. Should have low-key gotten 6 this game because of the crit hit. But yeah, this J-10 surprisingly actually tries to dogfight me. Yeah, it would have been a very easy kill for me, but unfortunately my teammates actually do slam this guy here in just a second. He gets slimed. But yeah, again, nose authority on this jet is just absolutely wild. This guy is spamming away. That is not going to pull enough. And look, right here, guys, we would have been able to just absolutely slime this guy. But my teammate does get him. Boom. R73. But we'll take it. We'll take it. You know, I respect it. I respect it. So, again, another easy 5-kill game. But, yeah, guys. Honestly, the Swedish tech tree is simply worth it for the Gripen C and Gripen E. It is just such a fun jet, guys. I cannot recommend it enough. But yeah, 5 kill, 1 assist game. Let's move on to the final game here, which is another 5 kill. Another ace. And yeah, I think, I'm not too sure if this one was a full down tier, if it wasn't. But we'll see, I guess, in a second. But we do obviously cook everybody in this lobby. Now, again, same concept, right? We are a little bit higher altitude this map. It is a little bit annoying because of the clouds, right? We don't have too good of a visual. But higher altitude, again, we're scoping out, seeing our good targets. So again, we're watching the vector line of where the jet is going. And we will take our shot here once we do start closing the distance a little bit, right? Again, general rule of thumb is going to be around that 18 kilometers for me. So, yeah, and this one here, there is, let's see, yeah, one guy and directly in front of us. And you'll notice, too, I do this sometimes, especially when the target is very isolated, right? You can see my radar. I did narrow the search just so the data link does update a lot quicker. Does help relock the target if they do notch it. We can see we do get the kill there with that. And yeah, I was a little bit scared here at first because the RWR, you can see there was something that popped up like right next to me. So I didn't actually know how close that guy was or if he was like above me, right? We did drop altitude a little bit. So I was kind of looking around. But we ended up being fine here. And yeah, we have an F-15 here that does decide to challenge us. Again, we're going to wait until that 18. Boom, we're going to fire. And we're going to crank into the notch here. Now, yeah, unfortunately, it was hard to keep him in the data link here. We have him very, very slightly in the corner there. But we do get the kill. And somehow, I don't know, this guy was like spamming or something when he was dead. Look at this guy. It's like another missile comes out. I don't know how that was possible. We got the aircraft destroyed. Maybe that wasn't even coming towards me. I don't even know. But that was weird. And yeah, guys, we're going to cut inside. So just kind of like our normal play, right? We get 2 kills, cut inside, and we're going to scope out the area. Obviously, this jet's radar is extremely, extremely good. Very goated radar with this jet. Again, especially in a down tier, this thing is going to absolutely destroy. Mainly because of that. Its radar is really good. Data link, again, defensively so good. And yeah. It is fun to play, I'll put it that way. But again, we do see this guy here in front of us. F-15, this guy was a little bit clueless. He did not even see us. Again, we're going to hold that data link. And unfortunately, this guy steals my kill. We would have had another 6-kill game, guys. But, yep, that guy got him 1 second before my missile connected. My missile was probably going to connect from what we could see on the radar. So a bit unfortunate, but we do have a couple more lads over here. And, yeah, we're really, again, going to try to close the gap. I was scared here my teammates were going to get all the kills, to be honest. Because we can see that my teammates are a little bit closer. So I do decide to ignore the Mirage, which I think somebody already killed them. But we're going to go for these guys here and fire away. So we're going to spray and pray, guys, right? But again, we're going to make sure that our shots are still at a good angle, right? A good shot compared to their vector line. So we do pick up 1 kill there. And again, we are just going to finish off the remaining guys. So accidentally fired at a bot there, guys. So I wasted a Fox 3. But again, we have an F-16 here. We're going to keep that data link on him, data link. Fortunately, we do not get the kill there. But 9M, guys. 9M side aspects. Top down now at this point. Boom. Undodgeable. And yeah, we have that's a MiG, that's a bot, but there is one more person here. We can see the J10 on the radar, so, or not radar, the RWR. Again, guys, one of my tips, or biggest tips, is always use your RWR as a 360 radar. It's going to make you aware of everything that's going on around you, where enemies are, where you can't see them on the radar. Again, just give you better overall situational awareness. Now, I do in this case have one more Fox 3 and one more Fox 2. So we are going to fire the 120A, right, 120B, whatever it is on this jet. And yeah, see if that gets him. Again, we're going to keep the search radar a little bit lower or smaller. And boom, we are going to get that kill. And I think that was the last guy here. Or no, there was one more. Which is he going to die here in just a second. But again, let me know what you guys think of this jet, man. I really like this jet. One of my favorites in the game, to be honest. And yeah, I'm going to skip to the end here. So again, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.